Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is a new one-shot of Katsuki Bakugou X Female Reader. I hope you enjoy. Katsuki Bakugou and Izuku Midoriya were training, but his gauntlet shattered into pieces and he had only a few hours till his hero work started with Endeavor. Him, Midoriya and Todoroki were interning at the Endeavor agency. Fucking Deku, how am I supposed to go without it now? Izuku flinched. When's the last time you got a new gauntlet, Katchan? Bakugou stood still and thought for a moment, muttering incoherent things to himself. Izuku sighed. Let's go to the support course. I'm sure there's at least someone who can maybe fix it. Izuku left the training ground with a grumbling Bakugou following behind. As Deku opened the door, he was blasted with black dust. Mei, you need to stop doing that, yelled someone in the room as Mei scratched the back of her neck and cleaned Izuku off. Sorry about that, was testing out one of my new babies. Anyway, why are you here? Did you need a new touch-up? She started lifting Izuku's arms, checking out his equipment. Sheepishly, Izuku got out of her grasp. No, we're here for Kachan. Izuku pointed behind himself and the angry blonde who was holding his broken gauntlet. He almost jumped to grab his gauntlet, but before she could, her teacher Higari Maijima grabbed the back of her shirt. Mei, you remember the rules. He's already been called for if he'd ever enter the room. He whispered to Mei, but a little too loud. Both Izuku and Katsuki heard it. Izuku already knew that Bakugou had been called off limits for Mei and who had put that request in. He's also asked her for help when Mei's not been here for once. Where's YN? Izuku brought it up with ease. The teacher handed the card to Bakugou. That's yours to get in there anytime you need her. Then gave them the directions to the special room you held your lab in. Izuku left Bakugou to go on his own. Katsuki made his way towards the room. What the hell kind of room is this if it's not in the normal area? He mumbled. About to step in front of the door when he saw smoke exit under the door. Stopping before continuing his approach, the door opened quickly and slammed back shut before an explosion got to the hallway. The girl that slouched outside the door after standing back up, her messy hair stuck to her forehead from the sweat as she looked up, catching the sight of Bakugou holding his broken gauntlet. Can I help you? YM blushed madly as she slowly stood herself all the way up. Bakugou remained quiet before pushing his gauntlet into the girl's hands. Can you fix that within a few hours? He stared at her as she entered the room, cleared off the smoke room, and cleared the table before laying out the gauntlet and all its pieces. She started shaking her head no. It will take the minimum of at least 4 days if I'm lucky. However, luckily this is not your dominant hand's gauntlet. Bakugou had a puzzled look on. How did she know it wasn't his dominant gauntlet, but let it slide. As you made your way to the other side of your room, he took notice of the smell of the room. Strong caramel, but starting to fade. Looking at you, he noticed your muscles, but he's never seen you before. Never in any school events, finding it interesting. But then a thought came to his mind. When did I ever pay attention to other extras? You brought out a box and handed it to him. What the hell is this? Bakugou questioned. Sighing, you turned to him. Try them on, please. I want to know if they fit, since this is the first time you have come here. I've never got your measurements before. Grumbling, he pulled out the new gloves out of the box and slipped on one, as it was much lighter than his gauntlets, but fit perfectly. Now, as your payment for now, not going to long road to fix your gauntlet. 50% of what you made at the internship, and one other thing. YN shifted as she brought more tools to the table. Fine with the 50%, but what's the other thing? Bakugou questioned, watching you intently with his hand resting on his gauntlet, wearing the new glove you handed him. Shuffling around the table, you grabbed his hand and made sure it fit correctly. That shall be discussed after I finished it. As you were examining the glove on his hand, you could smell the burnt caramel scent he had about him, and you took in a deep breath. Wishing you could do more than just smell this caramel scent from a distance, sadly you had to pull yourself away before it got awkward. I suggest you go train with that to get a little bit of a hang about it. The glove is a compact version of your gauntlet, but much stronger and holds your weight in a different way than your gauntlet. You paused before continuing your explanation, sighing. As the glove collector sweat, it breaks it down, and very fine. And so when you attack, it will be much stronger than you're used to. To counter that, I use the fabric that I need for my quirk. Feeling this next question, you waited. What's your quirk? Sighing and looking up from the tools to Bakugo. Atomic bomb. It works kind of like yours, but not quite. I can create an atomic blast wherever I want. However, it got no holdbacks. As in, I can never control how powerful a blast is. Katsuki looked at you with a small shocked expression, huffing before speaking. Is that why I never seen you in the festivals? You simply nodded. Izuku should be waiting at the training grounds, correct? I highly suggest training. If you need me, Izuku has my number. And with that, you pushed Katsuki out of the room and shut the door. Katsuki held his other gauntlet, but had both new gloves on, shocked at how she pushed them out. Though her touch felt amazing when she held his hand to examine the glove, but it's not like he'll say anything about it. Grumbling, he started walking out of the training ground, walking to the training ground with Izuku waiting there. Oh, Katchan, you're back. Are those new gloves? Katsuki looked at Deku. He forgot to get your name, but he's heard Izuku say it, but he can't remember what it is. Fuck. The damn bombhead had these ready for this, I guess. Shit had said I needed to train with them on. Izuku, of course, knew that this already as you had explained it to him a while back when you were making them. Izuku found out your secret crush, but he kept to himself, not even asking you if that was the case. As Izuku trained with Katsuki got the hang of the gloves, but like you said, much more powerful than before, and his sweat didn't run out like as fast as it did in the gauntlets. Why did she even have these ready? Did she know I would need help one day? Katsuki's thought got clouded and just couldn't get you out of his mind. Nothing went wrong with training, and now Izuku, Katsuki, and Shoto were headed to the Endeavor's agency. Ka-chan, you still need to not overdo it on those gloves. Katsuki immediately glared at Deku. Damn, Deku, I know what I'm fucking doing. Just then, Izuku's phone went off with a text. Why am texting? Izuku, be sure to tell Katsuki about the heating fibers on the glove to not make more sweat. Hey, Ground Zero, why I sent a text for you? Just look. Izuku said, holding his phone up to Katsuki. Katsuki's ears turned a little pink, finding it cute. She was worrying about him. Not that he'd ever let anyone know. Yeah, give me your number so she can text me, damn it. Shoto cut in finally. So it's this girl, the one that's been... Izuku covered Shoto's mouth. Don't mind them. Whatever. What was he about to say? Thought the angry blonde who couldn't get you off his mind. We're here, Izuku said, looking up the tall building. Katsuki's point of view, after internship. Deku, before you leave, give me her damn number. Ground Zero, whose number do you want? Bombheads? Izuku shook his head. You forgot her name already? Just give it to me. Izuku handed Katsuki his phone with your contact name on the screen with mumbling while putting your contact the phone. Thanks, shitty nerd. Katsuki, texting. Hey, Bombhead, this is my number. Wyan texting. Why, hello, Katchan. It's a pleasure to text you soon. Anyway, how did the gloves work out for you today? I looked around me before reading her message and smiled a little bit at her worrying over the gloves, but I will have to punch Deku for telling her that nickname. Katsuki texting. They worked great today. Can I meet with you? Shit, I didn't mean to text that. I sighed as I entered the dorm main room behind Deku and Icy Hot, and everyone welcomed us back. I walked straight to my room to shower and change. I finally looked back at my phone, reading the text I got back. Why I'm texting? If you really want to, I guess, but I'm just working on your gauntlet. Still working this late on it? What the hell is this chick? Has she taken a break at all? I took a deep breath, getting up from my bed and pulling my hoodie over my head before leaving my dorm to the sport room. But before getting completely away, Deku stopped me. Katchan, take this with you. What the hell for a shitty Deku? Deku shook his head and handed me the 2 plates from dinner. You'll know why when you see her. Deku said, turning away and back into the dorms, closing the front door. What the fuck does that mean? On the way, May was talking back to her dorm but caught the sight of me. Oh, Bakugo, why is still inside? And also, it's a good thing you brought her something to eat. When she's like this, she doesn't remember to eat. Back in front of the door that's locked, I grabbed the key card I was handed earlier, swiping it and peeking to the door. Bombit, I'm here. I see her head pop back up under the table. Gotcha! I didn't think you'd come. I walked closer, putting the phone on the table. That was clear. Well, yeah, I wanted to know why you were here so late. Turning to look at her, the bags under her eyes, her breathing ragged, all in one day. Have you eaten anything since I dropped my gauntlet off to you? Yeah, and don't you dare lie. No. Sighing, pulling her to the chair next to the table with the food I brought me from shitty Deku. Eat! I scowled, watching her start to feed herself as I picked my plate up and ate my food as well. Thanks for the food, she screamed and got back up, about to go back to the workstation. Oh, hell no, you better go rest, and now, I screamed at her. But if I keep working, I could finish it early for you. I don't need it that fast. Besides, your gloves are really nice and kind of more comfortable than my gauntlets, also not as heavy. But still, I want to finish as soon as possible. No more buts. If I have to, I will drag you to your dorm over my shoulder. The thought of her over my shoulder, or even better, in my bed finally sleeping, made me blush. So I turned my head from her and then heard a crashing sound and looked right back at her limp body on the ground. Wyan! I ran to her side, pulling her to my lap, freaking out, but her body seemed normal, just sleeping. Then the door opened with Midnight walking in. Oh, Bakugo, I had no idea you were with Wyan. I looked up to her with a questioning look. Oh, right, well, my daughter does not know what means to take a break, so I put my quirk to use make her sleep. I will let you take her to her dorm. Good night. She ran out as soon as possible. I'm sure going to love to hear how this ends up. Midnight thought, walking away from the boy. Picking wine up bridal style, she was so light, but she did need to shower after today. Bring her to my dorm, I asked, round face for help getting her bathed. She nodded, floating wine down the hall, waving my shorts and oversized t-shirt. The minutes felt like forever as I set up a bed for myself on the floor and round face floated YM back to me. I held her as Uraraka released her quirk. Thanks for the help, I said, laying YM down. Damn it, I'm saying thanks way too fucking much today. Grabbing the blanket, pulling it over her. But before I did, a little bomb went off in her hand. And before I knew it, I passed out in the bed, on top of Ryan, cuddling her. Well, and that's it for this one shot of supporting an explosion Mako Katsuki X support course reader. I hope you enjoyed. And sorry about if any background noises or my little mistakes can be heard. And that's it for today. Take care everyone, stay safe and hydrated. Bye!